What's up, guys? It's Mitch with SC Weather. Hope y'all been having a great start to your Labor Day weekend. Not a whole lot going on here locally weather-wise. It has been kind of a slow period, but we do have some things to talk about. We have a drastic, major first cold front of the season that is about to work its way through in the central part of the country, in the Rockies, in the Front Range. So it's very interesting times. We're going to talk a little bit about that and how maybe it could affect us down the road, but really major impacts in the Front Range near places like Denver and stuff. But before we get started, I ask that y'all do subscribe. It is a slow period right now, so growth is slow. But if you're a new viewer to this video, if you always watch the videos and haven't subscribed yet, really would appreciate if you subscribe. Would mean a whole lot to me. It really would. But so here we go. We got this simulation. This runs through basically the entire, through 168 hours out of the European model. And that's what the model we're going to be using during this video. But it shows the drastic plunge and the drop in temperatures behind this major cold front that's going to be centered over the U.S. So check it out. Let's start here. These are hot temperatures for tomorrow. If you're looking closely, you'll see it's crazy where the cold front is going to affect the most is where, as far as drastic temperatures, check out them high temperatures right there. 90s, mid 90s, upper 90s, close to 100 degrees right on the Front Range near Denver, Boulder, things like that. Very crazy thing about to occur there with this. And some locals around that area call them blue northers, where and basically it's just a drastic cold front that just brings drastic, not only drops in temperatures, but what it does is you can go, in some cases, severe weather, severe storms to a blizzard in some cases, in some drastic cases, the next day in a 24-hour period. That's why I tell my local people around here in South Carolina that they think that the weather changes so much around here, but I say, hey, when you live out there in the Midwest and things like that, the weather is much more dynamic and crazy as far as the changes. But check it out. This is overnight, Monday into Tuesday. You see the cold front moving through. If you look closely, this is overnight, Monday into Tuesday, as I said. So the temperatures are dropping. But if you look right there in the cold front, this is for low temperatures Tuesday. And I'm going to go in a close-up look on Colorado here later in this video to really show you how the most drastic changes in this front occur, which is around in Colorado and around Denver and things like that. But check out this cold front working us through. These are high temperatures for Tuesday. I got a line, obviously you can tell without the line where the cold front is, but check out the 90s, the 80s, right below the front. Temperatures surge right ahead of the front. Humidity surges right ahead of the front in some cases, especially here in the southeast. And just, check out the panhandle of Oklahoma. High temperatures in the 40s and 50s, but in other places, it's still in the 80s. The front continues to sag southeast, and just look at Colorado. They look like they are in a tundra now, in the freezer, and they are. They go from hot as heck to all of a sudden freezing. This is not super uncommon. What is uncommon about this is how early in the year it's happening. Normally this happens in October and November and in the spring in the Midwest. But this is a very early season hitter here. So I've always said I've wanted to experience something like this because it's just crazy how drastic the temperatures drop. But the front, what happens is it begins to stall, and this is the same front that I was talking to you guys about several days ago about how it could bring us some really nice weather, but it turns out we end up getting a dip in the jet stream a little earlier, and we're getting some nice temps this weekend, which is awesome. But it switches to dew points here. I switched to dew points here because we can really have a handle on where the front is, because it starts to get into places of the mid-south and southeast and just the eastern seaboard where there's more humidity. So we get later into this coming week, and it does look like the front inches closer to the eastern seaboard, but we're starting to get later into the European run. start to get this far out, and it starts to become a little bit more unreliable the further we get out. So we're not quite sure how far this cold front, the same one that's going to make Denver go from 100 degrees to a snowstorm within 48-hour period, we're not sure if this front's going to make it all the way to us in South Carolina yet, but it might. And as you can tell, this is for next Sunday. We're looking at, make sure I got my timing right. We do. This is for not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday. This is the very end of the European run, so it makes it this far out. But you can tell, check out the dew points, the low dew points making all the way to Carolinas into the 50s. And it's almost cleared the entire seaboard except the coastal areas, the Carolinas and Georgia, and obviously not Florida. But this is the big focus on this video is the drastic temperature drop and weather change in the Midwest. And check it out. I have a close-up look on Colorado. Now, this is tomorrow for high temperatures. Look, Denver, and I should have circled Denver, but basically Denver is where you see, right here, Denver's where you see that 91, 92, 93, right in that area. This is for Sunday evening. I mean, temperatures are in the 90s. You start to get into overnight, and you can obviously tell where the higher terrain is just west. This is the front range, so the higher terrain, it don't matter how hot it is in Denver. It's going to still be chilly in mountaintops from over 10,000 feet tall and things like that. And but you see, we're starting to get into Monday morning. Temperatures are, I don't know, in the 60s and things, and it warms up again. Another super hot day for Labor Day. Check it out. Temperatures soar, guys, soaring to the 90s in places like Denver and right around the front range, just east of the foothills here in Colorado. But check it out. See the top of the image. See that temperature drop in the top? That is the cold front that will begin to work into the state of Colorado overnight overnight Monday into Tuesday. And check it out. Denver, Colorado will go from highs in the 90s and that night it will drop all the way into the 30s. So they'll be in the 90s for highs on Monday, and then they'll wake up Tuesday morning with lows possibly all the way down to freezing. That is insane. And check out the high temperatures for Tuesday. Some models and the European models saying they might not even get above freezing. So it'll drop, and the temperatures definitely don't look like they're going to get out of 30s. And it's not just Denver. Check out the other parts of the state, the far eastern parts of the state where it flattens out, the plains. They're in the 30s too. I mean, it's not right there in the higher elevation. And check out, they continue to be into the freezer. They go from hot conditions, dry conditions to the middle of winter. And this is getting into Wednesday. But check out the snow that comes with this front. That's not a ton, but it's a ton for early September. It is not unheard of for places like Denver to see snow in September. And this won't be the earliest on record, but it'll be close, very close. It's saying that there's going to be several inches in places like Denver. And check it out. This is with the front. Moisture associated with the front is going to surge down. And I don't know. This is a 10, and that snowfall map you saw was a 10-to-1 ratio, meaning in ideal conditions, that's how much it would have accumulated. It's 3 to 5 inches in Denver or something like that. But you got to keep in fact that it's in here 100 degrees about 2 or 3 days in a row in Denver. How warm will the surfaces be? I imagine pretty warm. But some people think that's an overhyped thing. But we're going to see how much snow really accumulates in Denver. But as you can tell, what you're seeing right here, radar simulation off the latest Euro showing an all-out snowstorm in Denver. How much will stick? Huge question marks on this. But we've seen this in Denver before, where it's been in the 80s, 70s, and 80s, and all of a sudden it's in the 30s and 20s and pouring down snow, and it has no problem accumulating. So surfaces can cool down very quick. But I don't know about this drastic of a change. So I expect an all-out snowstorm Tuesday. The day before will be in the 90s. So it's just insane, guys. And then in places like Denver and Colorado, it's going to warm right back up into the 80s a couple of days later. So keep in mind, if y'all think our weather's crazy in South Carolina, think of places like the Midwest. It is much more crazy out there. So something cool I just wanted to discuss with you guys. And any new viewers, I hope this was cool. But this front's going to try to make its way to our area later next week. But we'll watch and see. Thank y'all for watching. As always, have a blessed night.